And now it's my great pleasure to introduce Elder Jim Morris, one of our own, who for 5 years served as president of the World Food Program for the United Nations and has visited countries and met with leaders all over the world to help overcome the problem of hunger. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Louis. I was hopeful you would introduce me as the president of your world champion Indiana Fever and your Indiana Pacers, who've now won 13 in a row at home. I feel terrible having done that. But if you think I'm going to miss an opportunity to share the good news, I was hungry and you fed me. When, Lord, were you hungry? As you do it unto the least of these, you do it unto me. I had this extraordinary opportunity for 5 years to be a part of the leadership of the United Nations World Food Program. You would be proud as Americans to know that our country was by far and away the most generous supporter of addressing hunger around the world. And I think our country did the best job, continues to do the best job of separating politics from the world's humanitarian agenda. They're different issues. The good news is that the percentage of the world's population that is hungry and poor, sad, at risk, has gone to from a fifth to a seventh. But with a growing world's population, a seventh is a huge number. You visit so many places and see so many sad and lonely and hungry and vulnerable children and women, and most of the world's evils fall disproportionately on the backs of women and children. And you're consumed with this for 5 years, and suddenly you come home and you can't get these thoughts, these pictures, they're indelible on your mind. You can't get them out of your mind. And you come home and you begin to think about the issue in the United States and in Indiana and Indianapolis. And suddenly you learn that 25% of the kids that live in our city, almost 70,000, 25% of the kids in our city are food insecure sometime during the course of the year. And you know that hunger and malnutrition are at the base of good health, of good education, of productivity, prosperity, and leading a good, fulfilled, and decent life. And you say, this just shouldn't be. This just shouldn't be. Think that 85% of the kids that go to the Indianapolis public school system qualify for school lunch or a school breakfast. Thank God for that. I never know whether to use the word proud when I talk in a church, but I'm proud of the extraordinary role Second Presbyterian Church plays in addressing tough issues of hunger and health and poverty in our community and around the world. Louis mentioned the Super Bowl of Caring. Last year, our church was the single most generous church congregation in support of that program in all of our country. Every year at Christmas time, through our Christmas Benevolence Program, we provide 2 weeks of food for 700 or 800 people who are struggling in our community. Louis mentioned the 2 food pantries that we support. Our church was in a leadership role in supporting the Gleaners Capital Fund Drive, in supporting the work of Second Helpings. Our church, a remarkable history, 30 years ago supporting the mission work of David and Emily Matthews, in Eldoret, Kenya. And over time, that embryonic activity that we supported in partnership with the Indiana University School of Medicine has now become the single most effective effort in all of sub-Saharan Africa treating HIV. Today, treating 140,000 positive HIV folks and thousands of AIDS orphans. It got its start because of your generosity. Extraordinary. Our own Dr. Jim Lemons has now made possible the addition of a baby and mother-child clinic as a part of that Eldoret effort. Our own George Soror, remarkable in Building Tomorrow. Building a young man from our church, we've supported him, all of us, building schools in Uganda. And at the base of those kids in Uganda having a chance to be successful, or at the base of those HIV positive folks in Kenya, is good nutrition. All the medicine, all the antiretroviral drugs in the world won't make any difference if the body is not adequately nourished to use them. So we're a part of a remarkable congregation. So blessed we are. A couple of my favorite lines in the scripture, how can you say you love a God whom you've never seen if you don't love your brother and sister whom you see every day? The scripture from John that says, let us love with words or tongue. Let us not love with words or tongues, but with actions and truth. Our church has an opportunity to continue to set the standard through the Interfaith Hunger Alliance, through the Interfaith Hunger Community, the way folks come together around issues related to children, related to hunger, and related to sharing, unlike any other words in the world. My hope is that soon Indianapolis will be that special city that found a way not to have a single hungry child. I'm in the basketball business, but I know that the best reputation and the most honorable reputation our city could have is to be that special place that did not have a single hungry child living here. And through a partnership with the faith community, the political community, the civic, business community, something extraordinary can happen over the next couple of years. My prayer is that we'll find a way in community to come together and get that done. Thank you.